Hello, folks, and welcome back to Witcher 3 Blood and Wine. As always, of course, I'm Falcon, your host, and you may notice that I am now in the full Grandmaster Feline set. I went out of my way and grinded for a while to acquire sufficient money and resources in order to get all of the set. It took me quite a while. Finding these things, these materials that you need is not easy. I did end up with way the hell more Slizard hide than I actually needed. But I am very low on all the other things, so I will not probably be able to... I guess I did sell a bunch of my dusts and things to get money for stuff. I could probably go and sell... If I sold all the shit that I have, there's a chance that I would be able to get sufficient money to be able to make a second set. I don't need to make a second set, but I wouldn't mind doing it just basically for the hell of it. But whatever. I can't really do it easily, though. It's not really necessarily worth the amount of effort and time that you have to really put into this to get it done, because these things are so fucking expensive. It's just crazy. Absolutely crazy how much money it takes to upgrade these things. I mean, it's really nuts. One thing I am going to miss is the bleed and burning and the poison that my Viper weapons were doing. Those things were definitely very helpful. So yeah, I might suffer a little bit from that. We do have burning on this. It does have a chance to cause bleed by default, so that will help. And then I do have poison on this one. But it's really not a lot in comparison to the other one. I could go put a runestone combo thing on these. I was not really that impressed with the runestone combos, though, that the previous expansion added, so I haven't bothered to do that kind of thing. I could, though. Anyway, there's one thing while I was kind of exploring and looking at stuff. There's something that I discovered that I didn't notice before when I was back in here putting the cat school back on because I was using light armor again. I noticed this, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And then afterwards, I noticed these locked slots. What the hell are these? Remember that quest that we did? The Turn and Face the Stranger, I believe it was, where we went in and we apparently enhanced our abilities, but I couldn't figure out what the hell that actually did. Well, it added this. This is an entirely new skill tree, more or less, that has been added to the game, and with 4 slots that I'm assuming are skills, or the slots that are unlocked by doing the skill tree. C opens the skill tree. Here we go. We have some really powerful abilities. Let's start with this one. So signs can deal critical hits. Their critical hit chance and damage increase with sign intensity. Opponents killed by critical hits from signs explode. It requires ability points. Actually uses your ability points. And also requires mutagens. Unfortunately, I had a crap load, like a stupid amount of mutagens. Like the lower level ones, but I sold all of them. In the process of trying to upgrade the gear, I was just selling them because I'm like, I don't need all these. I've got 5 million of them. Well, turns out I could have actually used them because I have enough ability points that I could have gotten quite a few of these abilities, quite a few of these skills, and I could have used those. The ridiculous amount of lesser mutagens, I could have combined them into the greater ones for using here. Unfortunately, I have now kind of fucked myself by doing that. But, oh well. So the sword attacks deal extra damage to enemies that are immune to counterattacks. This is badly worded. It's what it means. In all other cases, if they are immune If they aren't immune to counterattacks, if they have less than 25% health, if you counterattack them, they immediately die. The end. Pretty powerful. I'm going to use that one. And then we've got Toxic Blood. Each time you are injured in melee combat, the attacking opponent receives damage in the amount of 1.5% of the damage dealt to you. Now, this is for every point of your toxicity level. Currently, I would add my 0, so they would take 1.5% damage. But at 100% toxicity, they would take 150% of the damage. So they would actually take more damage every time they hit me than they were doing to me. Which is just... doesn't even make sense, but whatever. We'll take it. So I'm going to take that, I'm going to do Deadly Counter, and we'll go ahead and get Magic Sensibilities. We'll get the first tier all the way around. So I think I can only have one of these active at a time. I don't really know which one I want. So let's see, the next tier, Piercing Cold. Whenever you cast Ard, the Force Push essentially, it has a 25% chance to freeze opponents. If they are knocked down and then frozen, they immediately die. If they're not frozen, they take a huge amount of damage. Yeah. Ridiculous. I'll take that one. I will definitely take that one. Just ridiculous. When drawn, Magic, Unique, and Witcher swords increase sign damage dealt by 50% of their damage. Wow. That takes red mutagens, which I don't have, and a lot more ability points. Holy shit. I'm actually almost out of ability points, surprisingly. Bloodbath. Each fatal blow dealt by a sword dismembers the enemy or activates a finisher. Each blow dealt by a weapon in melee combat increases... Fatal blow dealt by a sword. Each blow dealt by a weapon in melee combat increases attack power by 5% until the combat ends, to a maximum of 250%. So every time you hit somebody, you do more damage. When was the last if you take damage? Okay, alright. It takes, again, requires great red mutagens, which I don't have. And each point of toxicity increases damage dealt by swords and sign intensity by 0.75% to a maximum of 75%. Uh-huh. So the more toxic you are, the more damage you do. That's just broken as hell. Each adrenaline point decreases damage received by 15%, so up to a maximum of 45%. So that's cool. That just makes you a lot tougher. Start of combat. Sword attack power and sign intensity increased for 30%. And if sword attack power and sign intensity increase for 30 seconds by 30% for each foe after the first. So if we have 2 foes, it would be 30%. So when fighting 11 foes, the bonus is 300%. Holy shit. Once it wears off, so it's only for 30 seconds, mind you, so once it wears off, sword and attack and signs decrease by 10% for each foe, with modifier can't go over 70% there, though, for 30 seconds. Okay, so for the first 30 seconds, you would do a stupid amount of damage. However, if you don't kill everybody in 30 seconds, then you start doing no damage at all. So you have to be quick. Alright. Vitality reaches 0. You become temporarily invulnerable and regenerate all your life. Can only be used every 3 seconds. Cool. Crossbow damage is now increased a lot. Alright. And the critical hit chance is increased by 50%. Okay. Opponents struck when they have full vitality lose 50%. On top of the actual damage? That's a lot. Wow. Okay. Okay. Applying critical effects to opponents activates a random decoction for 3 minutes. Oh no, 2 minutes rather, with no toxicity cost. Oh, alright then. And yeah, okay, so these can be powerful. Very powerful. Well, let's deactivate that one. And let's instead activate... Let's activate this one, because this seems to be ridiculous. And maybe we'll activate... Don't we get 2 of these? I think I get... Don't we have 2 slots? Oh, can you only have 1 of these active at a time? I guess you can only have 1 of these active at a time. Alright, so... Okay. How do you... I forgot how to buy abilities. For some reason I apparently cannot buy... Oh, I have to right click on it apparently. For some fucking reason. I don't know why that works, but sure. Okay, well I kind of wanted that. Oh wait, no, that was up there. Never mind. Put that back up there. I wanted... Ooh, we could get arrow deflection back. I haven't had arrow deflection in so fucking long. Because I haven't been able to use it. Why can I not equip you? Does it have to be blue? Oh, okay. Interesting. So you have to use an ability that is the same... Yeah, okay. You have to use abilities the same color as whatever you have equipped down here. Okay, so the green ones are not that good for me then, because I don't have any green abilities. I very rarely use... I would want one of the combo abilities. You can only have one of these equipped. I thought you would... See, what I thought was, I thought these slots were for using these abilities, but that's not the case. You can only have one of these equipped at a time. I want to try this one, because this just sounds... This sounds broken as shit. I want to try it. I want to see if it works the way that it sounds, that I think it kind of works. Because it sounds just stupid. It sounds stupidly overpowered, so I want to give it a shot. I don't know if it's gonna work the way that I think it works, but if it does, that would be cool. I think maybe we take this. Maybe just take this all the way to the highest level. Because that's if you want to use... Yeah, so I would have to upgrade all the way to... We'd have to put a lot more points into this, which I'm never going to have, to upgrade this to being able to use, like, these. Because art does not presently do damage. However, it might do damage with this ability equipped, which would make it do a ridiculous amount of damage. If it's actually going to do almost 3,000 damage, that's just ridiculous. So, yeah. That's just ridiculous. So I'm going to equip that, and I guess I'll equip this. I'll hold on to my points because I need them for other things. And we will see how this works. Because if this works the way that I kind of think it works, it's gonna just be crazy. It's gonna just be crazy. Now I need to find something to murder. Hey, who's around? I need to find somebody to kill. Find something that I can just demolish. I need somebody. I don't really care. Guess I could use my ability and actually figure out where people are. Probably would be helpful. Hey wolf. This is ridiculous. It just instantly freezes enemies. This is ridiculously overpowered. I don't remember how to do the alternate sign thing. Oh, that's how. That just... Okay. This is ridiculous. Look at that. Just instant death. Just instant oblivion. This is hilarious. Okay. This is so overpowered that it's just broken, but it's hilariously funny. The way that this works. Some of those abilities, just in general, though, it's not just this one. All of those abilities there on that new skill tree are pretty fucking broken. But this one is just... This is just silly. This is just silly. I look forward to actually being able to use it more. Did we actually come down here before? I feel like I didn't actually come down here previously. Because I feel like the first time we came here, we were in... What the fuck? I feel like the first time we came here, we were interrupted before we were able to actually come down the stairs. Like, he came out to us. And we never actually got to come down here to look for him. Where the fuck is he? Oh, he's up there. I guess. I'm assuming he's up there. Hi. Did you find out that information that you were looking for?
Think your friend's hand will make for a nice broth?
You've clearly honed your sense of humor. But we are not cannibals, Geralt. I took a fragment of tissue from the hand. It will suffice to prepare some resonance.
What did you do with the rest?
I cremated it, as our codex commands. Raven told me you'd acquired the necessary ingredient.
Indeed. Yeah, they're helpful creatures,
Pretty
that's for damn
helpful
sure.
creatures. Calling them often?
I try not to overdo it. But they can be so useful, as they were now, when I merely needed to be sure I could arrive in time should things go sour.
Managed fine alone, but thanks for the thought. Gonna need much longer to finish brewing resonance? Mentioned the last ingredient, too. What about that?
That,
yes.
I fear, might prove troublesome. You see,
Oh,
to
good.
use the concoction to summon the memories of one, the solution must contain the blood of another specimen of the same species.
Shouldn't be a problem. I happen to know a higher vampire who should be willing to help. Right, Regis?
It's not that simple, I'm afraid. While you were away, I tried my damnedest to identify a replacement, but alas, none such exists.
Not sure I understand what the problem is. Can't we just draw some of your blood?
The blood must be in an agitated state. As I'm certain you know, higher vampires can change their corporeal shell. As our flesh changes, so does our blood's chemical composition. To make a long story short,
Okay.
I shall need to induce in myself a state of strong psychokinetic arousal. In brief, madness, rabidity. And that stands to be very, very dangerous.
Yeah. No kidding. Dangerous for who? Probably for me and
Dangerous?
for everyone
Why?
around him.
I mean, you'll still be you, right?
True, but I should be highly
Questionable.
agitated, in a state of fury. You know better than I that fury cannot be controlled. If you've ever seen an enraged vampire, you know very well that all who find themselves nearby will be in grave danger.
How will we handle that? I'd rather not have you lunge at me, claws extended.
That makes two of us. But worry not. I've thought it through very thoroughly. Details to follow soon.
Alright, so how do you do this?
Alright, so what do you want to do?
We shall visit Tesha Mutna, an ancient vampire estate. There we will find cages suspended in the air. I will enter one, be confined. You will lure beasts there. Beasts you will then kill. The bloodletting should prove profuse. Abundant enough so that the blood scent will drive me mad. Wild.
Alright. Tell me more about this
Mutna.
place.
What's it like?
It is a place of torment. A torture chamber. Long
Oh,
ago,
good.
shortly after we'd arrived in this world, one among us named Kagmar developed such a taste and lust for human blood that in one night he could imbibe an entire village. This brought trouble
that
on the
sounds like
entire
fun.
species. Common folk, wearied
No kidding.
quickly of living in constant fear, they began to hunt us, seek the aid of mages and witches in tracking us down.
So what? Not like they could ever hope to kill you.
But they were bothersome. Forgive the comparison, but when did you last enjoy mosquitoes buzzing around your head? In any case, the other vampires decided something had to be done. Kagmar had to be caught and punished. A torture chamber was thus outfitted in the dungeons of Tesha Mutna. Inside it, a cage made entirely of a special alloy of silver, dalvinite, and meteorite steel. Kagmar was captured and locked in the cage. Sat there over 2 centuries, driven to fury time after time, never able to escape. Thus I know the cage will withstand the fury to which we shall drive my humble being.
Alright, this sounds like good
See no
times.
reason to dawdle. Tesha Mutna. Take me there.
In a moment. Just one last thing.
What was that?
Blood. Oh, the last favor the Raven did me. I've also taken some Sangurium, a solution that sharpens one's sense of smell. One drop of blood shall smell like a gallon to me now.
You crazy? You're a recovering addict.
Your outrage warms my heart, Geralt. But you must remain calm. I have no choice.
No, he's not.
As things stand,
He's not
the
used
die
to
is
blood
cast.
anymore.
High time we set off for Tesha Mutna. My head's spinning already, and you're starting to smell quite tasty.
And you're starting to scare me.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, no kidding. Alright, so we get to go to some place with a wild and crazed vampire. Oh, good. Oh, good. Just sounds like the bestest of times. Best imaginable time one could ever hope to have. That's what this sounds like. Good teleporting and kind of jumping around there,
We
game,
have arrived.
as you were
The
loading.
sacrificial chamber of torture and torment lies underground.
Oh, just make that sound so horribly inviting. Are you sure you really want to do
you
this?
know what you're doing.
I can only hope I do. Please, let's go. The longer we delay, the less control I shall have of my faculties. I'd really prefer not to hurt you.
Yeah, I would prefer that you didn't hurt me too.
You lead.
What? Why is there a dead person here?
Scurvers must be getting close to their feeding ground.
Correct. I told you there'd be danger.
I'm surprised that by itself hasn't driven you wild. The dead person
Beyond
move.
this wall lies...
An ancient vampire dungeon. Seen a lot of things in my time. Nothing quite like this, though.
I feel
Well,
honored.
sounds like good times.
A man with such a wealth of experience, yet I'm about to show him something new. Now, to open it.
Well, that's a neat trick. How do I do that?
How the
Become a
hell?
vampire? Yeah,
It's
I'd rather
an
not.
ancient form of protection against unwanted guests. The mechanism which releases the latch reacts only to a higher vampire's blood.
Tricky mechanisms, a vampire hideout, fortified, secured. Must have been important to your species once, Toussaint.
No kidding. Definitely must have been someplace that they valued highly once upon a time. Because they wouldn't have
always
gone
be
to
so.
all this trouble.
During the conjunction, the gate from our world to this one opened upon this land and no other. This was the first place we saw.
Oh, really? Interesting. Ooh, a whole bunch of dye. Nice. I actually can probably... I kind of like the blue color of this one, but I actually could dye this into any color that I wanted. We might look into that at some point. Oh, scroll. I am he who serves the tribe. Exalted above men, I renounce human weakness. Uplifted above men, I become keeper of my flock. Filled with strength, I turn my sword against the enemies of the tribe. I am master and slave. I am executor of the will of the tribe. I accept the sword and this armor so I may serve them. Okay.
Witcher
was
and
the,
armorer. Oh, that shit luck.
Alright, so...
This
Wait.
place. There's evil here. Death hangs in the air.
Nice. I'll take it.
Great many beggars have breathed their last here.
As I would expect of a vampire fortress. I mean, come on. It's not the kind of place that one is really gonna have a lot of happy, fun adventures in. Oh, that's just a straight cliff. Note to self, do not fall off there. Yeah, definitely
Cliffs
don't
are
fall off
carved into
there.
the
That'll
rock.
probably go really badly.
Covered with blood used to be. They mean something?
They're emblems, symbols of, well, what you would call tribes, dispersed throughout the world after the conjunction. My ancestors placed them here to remind us of where we came from.
Oh, good. So,
Cells? Who for?
what do you
Disgrace.
think?
Excruciatingly so, this particular page from my history. I'd rather not summon the demons of the past if it's all right with you.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Gersham. My tribe and Deadlouse. We both remained in this part of the world.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Gersham. My tribe and Deadlouse. We both remained in this part of the world.
Whose is this cliff?
Amaran. They ventured beyond the sea.
What's this symbol mean?
It's the symbol of the Tedet. Those who went east beyond the Blue Mountains.
Okay. I would like to light the torch, actually. I want to light the thing. Can I do this? Apparently that doesn't work. Okay, so good. Transcript of a conversation with a lower being. Oh, good. Between Master Ezeal, Hildegard, and a human being. My name is Alex Viscount. Why is all your skin troubling? I'm scared. You're scared? I don't understand. You know what fear is? No, I've mastered your language, yet some concepts are beyond me. What is fear? The feeling that destroys every other feeling. It controls your head and your heart. What do you mean? I thought it was a kind of pain. I've carried out tests in my laboratory on people and discovered that a mother subject is a To appropriate stimuli is able to forget about her child and think only about how to avoid pain. So fear would be similar to pain? No, pain rules the body, but fear is born in the heart. Oh, yes, what you say is very interesting. I think I'll have to examine your heart in the laboratory. What do you mean examine? I mean examine. Take it out, subject it to a proper examination. But that would kill me. Your mortality is a great inconvenience, but was not me who created your species, and I'm not responsible for its excessive frailty. This conversation was carried out in human language in such it was written down. This transcription does not need translating. Oh, good. So, they were just doing horrible, terrible things here. Good. Good. Super, super fun times. Let's actually pick some of these other things up.
Little library.
Indeed. Though I personally did not lay a hand to it.
With decades, a much more effective way of attaining them. Controlled husbandry. 7 male and female individuals in a closed, restricted space, permanent access to air, food, and water. This form of breeding differs from free range in that the flock is not permitted to leave the breeding area. It is held captive the entirety of their lives. Free range, on the other hand, involves leaving the flock in its natural habitat and creating a habitat that simulates it closely. Making her psychologically or physically dependent on its owner. The most effective method for making an individual dependent is guaranteed in its safety and permanent access to high-quality feed. It is worth adding that a human that trusts its owner does not feel fear and does not defend itself while having its blood drunk, which limits the production of noradrenaline and cortisol, which may have a negative impact on the taste of the blood. Furthermore, it may happen that a domesticated free-range human may feel a certain pleasure when its owner drinks its blood. Most likely associated with sexual tension, which causes an intensification in the blood's flavor. Oh, good! Aha. So they were experimenting with just basically enslaving people for purposes of eating them. More or less. Fell in the pocket on one of the monsters. I have a lump quill. Come and open my veins, after which I cannot move. I cannot go on much longer. In the next cage I hear the howls of terrified people. Smash my head against the bars if I had the strength. I won't go on much longer. Threatened with death. This must have irritated them because I heard them arguing in a strange language. They brought new people this morning. You can say that a supply of fresh blood arrived. They have no idea what they're in for. So yeah, they were just doing some frankly pretty terrible experiments and things on people in this place. I guess that's the cage that you're gonna get yourself into. Right in front of us.
Charming place. But what are all those cages for? Mentioned one vampire being kept here.
Look for
Yes,
people, you dumbass. What do you think?
You see, humanitarians is something my ancestors were not. They concluded Kagmar would best be punished if he were tormented with the scent of blood he could not taste. Thus, they also kept humans here. Humans whose blood they slowly let. Kagmar ranted and raged in pain as those humans slowly bled to death.
They treated them like livestock. Live bait.
I'd like to be able to turn back time, deny it, but alas, I can do neither. Feel shame for my brethren. That is all I can do.
Don't take it so hard. Nothing you could have done about it. Let's get to work.
Well, that was awkward. Fine. I prepared the bait. Please be so kind and place it, ideally at the tunnel entrances. The scent will spread most effectively then.
Take it you're gonna go climb into the stuff?
Monsters will catch its scent more quickly.
When I think how these tunnels got here, send shivers.
It was the natural order of things. The place reeked of death and it attracted necrophages.
Okay. What's this do here? I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that one. So we'll set up all the thing. Here's another one that's like this too. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here.
Three done.
Oh, so there is a...
Think this'll work?
I certainly hope so. The meat stench is so thick, I wager it carries clit and Novigrad.
I don't know if I go that far, but... Okay, where am I supposed to go to fucking use this thing? Because it's not letting me use this. Whatever.
Doesn't look like anything special.
I told you, Kagmar thrashed about inside it for over 2 centuries. Appearances can be deceiving.
Apparently. Still don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do with this one. Oh, there we go. Alright. Well, Regis, I think we're basically ready. I'm going to go ahead and... Not that one either. I am going to use... Oh, no idea what it looks like. Had the same problem the last time I was trying to figure out where it was. We want... There we go. Actions that consume stamina regenerate vitality. That is not what I meant to do. That is not what I meant to do. This one. Let's consume. Thank you. Let's actually use it correctly. This is a new one that I made, by the way. Regenerates vitality during and outside of combat. So it increases our vitality regeneration. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. I don't think I could use any other toxicity things without being able to go in and engage stuff. Opponents restores vitality. The amount of vitality restored equals 1% of the maximum vitality for each element of the set worn. That's cool. I like how they've added some sets that have like some additional sets, so it's not just the Grandmaster level Witcher gear that has these set bonuses. I wish they had done that previously, like added those kind of things prior to this.
Enter the cage. You must chain me inside. The bars are made of an alloy that will prevent me from transforming into mist.
Kinda thought you wouldn't want to.
I should be in great pain. My sole thought being to stop that pain. I cannot know what I will do.
Sounds like fun.
We must hurry. The beasts have caught the scent. Also my head. I started spinning.
That the blood?
Yeah, well, you better hurry up.
Someone who's never experienced a vampire's bloodlust does not know the true meaning of thirst.
This really sounds like a terrible idea. Just saying. This entire, like, venture sounds like a terrible idea.
Something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
I don't think that's gonna be a thing.
Would you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Held it down. Somehow.
Please, girl. You won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is...
Oh, watch out.
You just smelled the blood.
I don't want any. Really don't want any. Oh god, watch out. Oh yeah, these are fucking small explosive dudes, so... Good god! Fuck everybody. Jesus, that hurt.
Overcome. Good.
Somehow I doubt that. Holy crap. Shield up, please. This big guy, this fiend dude is gonna fuck me up here. Alright, let's get the shield up. I need to regenerate some health. There we go, that's health back. This actually will regenerate like a constant stream of health for me, but I need to get the fuck away from these guys before they explode, because once they all explode, it's gonna really hurt. Is that a Katakin? It is. Why is there a Katakin here? Katakin. Or whatever the fuck they're called. I don't fucking even know, but... Oh, and the game crashes. Fuck. Alright, well, I don't think I'm quite done yet, so I'm going to jump back in the game and try to get back to that point, and I will see you folks in a second. Alright, folks, and we're back. I apologize about that. The game crashed, of course. I have gotten more or less back to where I was, technically a little bit further, but not really. We are under assault by that Katakin. I did kill the other big enemy that had shown up, which apparently was an enemy that we've never seen before, which is interesting. Doing pretty good. I haven't really been hurt that much. In fact, I've really barely been hurt at all. That special ability that we have from the force push ability thing. I love how everybody calls it that. Like, even if you look at like the forums and stuff for Witcher, and you're looking through like information on stuff, everybody calls it force push. They're basically like, oh, use ARD. It's basically force push, and then they just proceed to call it force push, pretty much. It's funny. Anyway, we're basically back to where we were, so let's go ahead and jump back into this. Ow, that hurt. Alright, I need to keep a whale away from these Skurver dudes, because they really fucking hurt when they explode. Like, really hurt when they explode.
Hold on, I'll let you out.
What? Are you fucking insane? The Katakan's like, oh, I'm out. I'm leaving, bye. This is not something I want to fuck with. I wouldn't let him out. Letting him out is the worst conceivable idea you could ever have. I guess he just needed some of his blood,
Need to
yeah.
hang on a little longer. Blood'll dry in a few hours. Scent won't bother you.
Are you really going to sit there and just meditate right in front of a raging vampire for several hours?
Get you out of here.
Let me talk to him first to make sure he's...
Concoction.
Yeah, he's a little, actually looks like he's a lot worse for wear.
You can't finish it in this state. Tell me how. I'll help you.
Did we drop into this room? Looks like kind of like we did. I thought we just walked in, but it looks like there's a hell of a drop there. I don't really see another way out. I just love how that one Katakin, the one vampire dude, was like, started to charge toward us. It was just like, oh, you know what?
Better.
It's like a bad place to be. I'm leaving. Bye.
And some time must pass before I fully recover. But yes, a bit better, thank you.
So, you want to talk about this?
Never expected it to be like that. You didn't tell me,
We need not discuss it.
but we do. Because if I'd known you were going to subject yourself to torture,
What would you have done?
found Dettlaff some other way.
I did not wish you to use any other way. Did that occur to you?
No, because I thought no being would ever willingly subject itself to that kind of pain. You vampires aren't any different from us in that regard.
I told you, the pain is my way of paying my debt. The enormous debt I owe Dettlaff. If I had to do it again, I would in a heartbeat.
Well, if that's how you feel about it, then alright, sure.
Resonance, it's ready.
So I finished
Are
it.
you certain you followed the formula? The proportions were exact, the brewing time precise. This is important, Geralt. The slightest deviation could cost even a witcher dearly.
Relax. Got some experience brewing potions.
Yeah, no
Very
kidding.
well. In that case, let's begin.
We are very experienced doing potions. We do it all the fucking time. Witcher 3 actually made it a lot easier as far as the brewing of potions, because once you brew something once, you permanently have it, basically. The previous Witcher games, if I remember correctly anyway, I might be wrong about this, but the previous ones, you always had to brew it again every time that you wanted to use it. Oh, did we already take some? I'm assuming we already took some of it, because we're being affected, it looks like. That's just weird.
Excuse me. I shall only take a moment.
Whoa.
You jumped the queue, sir. But Count, sir, you must understand. I've a meeting. The Count...
Sir, you were next. Please, take a seat. This gentleman was here first. Step down or you shall regret it.
Ah, fails to realize he was your friend, Count.
Dettlaff was trying to control himself. He's trying. Looks like he did manage to rein it in. Just took him some work.
It was then I ordered him to give up his seat and step off the stand. If only you'd seen his face. We got him good, didn't we, Dettlaff?
This guy apparently is somebody important. Said his Count.
And then Mother insisted we buy the mill. Curious, eh?
So somebody left a card. It was in, I'm assuming that was Polish writing, so I have no idea what the hell it said. But left a card indicating something that had him look like he was a little perturbed.
But at least I've a yarn to spin for friends and associates. Forgive me. What?
Now, why did you kill him? Especially because you obviously didn't want to. Oh, that's the dude that he killed there. What? What? I don't get it. You didn't want to kill him. You clearly didn't want to kill him, so why did you kill him?
Awake at last. You ride like a squirrel caught in a snare. I'd begun to fear they were death throes, that you'd departed.
I don't...
Sure wasn't pleasant, but it worked.
What did you see?
Delacroix.
I don't get it.
His death did not come easy. Seems Dettlaff had made friends with him, still killed him, and chopped up his corpse. And he was overcome with fury, remorse, cut off the hand that had committed the murder.
Interesting. And entirely unlike the Detlef I know. See anything
Yeah, and
else?
he didn't want to kill him. Yeah, we saw when they first met.
Saw a moment. Delacroix did something selfless. Was kind to Detlef. Guess it could have been the start of their friendship.
Why the uncertainty?
Clearly was.
Nothing extraordinary about it. Normal, everyday situation, really. Visions were supposed to issue from strong emotions.
Clearly, the situation provoked such emotions in Detlef. Keep in mind, he did later murder Delacroix.
Killing someone who's grown dear to us, it's bound to elicit strong emotion. Vampires are no different in that regard. Did you see anything else?
Yeah, it began and ended with a boot black.
There was something. Showed up twice in the vision. A boot black stand. Detlef first met Delacroix there. Went back after the murder, actually.
Peculiar.
Stand was somewhere in the port district. And the boot black acted as if he knew Detlef.
So he must go
Would be
there
even
fairly
odder. Perhaps we
commonly.
should have a chat with the lad. Though I would expect no breakthroughs.
It's our only lead. I'll go talk to him. Coming with.
I shall join you later if it's no trouble. I don't yet feel strong enough to venture out.
That's fair. Rest up. Be back as soon as I learn anything.
Indeed. Yeah, you're looking a little rough there, friend. So I would recommend that you stay put. Oh, okay. I'm really confused by his actions because, like I said, he clearly did not want
Not now.
to do what he did.
I cannot move a step without your assistance.
He clearly didn't want to kill the guy, so why did he? It's very strange. Very strange. Alright, well, I guess we will continue our investigation next episode, folks. Thank you for watching. As always, of course, like and subscribe if you enjoy my stuff. I will see you in the next episode, which I'm basically going to record as soon as I finish doing this. So take it easy, have a good day, and thank you for watching. I do apologize for the little interruption there in the middle of the video when the game crashed. There's nothing I can do about that. It just decided to explode on me, so, you know, these things happen. But I'll see you then in the next one. Bye-bye.